I have some new tour dates to let you know about. I'll be in East Lansing. I'll be in Toledo, Ohio, Rama, Ontario, in the Canada, Pittsburgh, PA, Eugene, Oregon, Kennewick, Washington, Seattle, Washington, Victoria, BC, in the Canada, College Station, Texas, Belton, Texas, San Antonio, Durant, Amarillo, Oxford, Mississippi, howdy, Fayetteville, Arkansas, Tuscaloosa, Alabama, roll tide, and Tallahassee, Florida, Rosemont, Illinois, Winnipeg, and Calgary in the Canada. Get all your tickets at theovon.com/TOUR. And thank you so much for your support. Today's guest is one of the biggest young acting people in the world, acting humans. You've seen him in Dune, Willy Wonka, A Beautiful Boy, and now his new movie, A Complete Unknown, where he plays Bob Dylan in theaters Christmas Day. You can check it out. I had a great time getting to know him. He's an enthralling, dang human. Today's guest is Timothée Chalamet.
We were just in Nashville.
Let's start there. We good, Zach?
Yeah. Cool beans.
Yeah. I saw you were just in Nashville.
Yeah.
Had you been there before?
Yeah, once, kind of exploring. I was doing a movie called Bones and All. I was trying to do research across the country.
It's my producer's favorite.
No way.
Yeah, I haven't
that
seen
we
it
just
yet.
met?
Yep, that guy, Zach is his name.
No
and
way.
he loves it. Yeah, he really loves it.
No way. So I wandered there, and this time got a better sense of it. But it's a great city, huh?
Yeah, it's a good place. It's like a little city. It's like a little city, kind of like a fancy little city. It's almost like the Jean Bonnet of cities, kind of like, look at this outfit, kind of, but dangerous at the same. But it has like kind of like an element of like mystery, kind of. That's a kind of a weird example.
No, but you're not. Are you from there?
No, I'm from Louisiana, but Nashville. Here's what it is: it's safe, it's nice, people are friendly. You can't cheat on your wife there, so it's not.
Because the city's too small.
Too small.
Okay.
You couldn't take your wife or spouse or significant other. You couldn't even, and you couldn't take them to dinner or something and not see somebody that would know one of you or them. So
there's like 14 people.
Yeah. There's enough people, but the South's a little gossipy.
Okay.
So there's a lot of it's not really an adultery city. It's not a city adultery is not like a trademark of the city, probably.
How's it different from New Orleans?
New Orleans is a little bit more dangerous, I think, and probably better food, to be honest.
Okay.
I think you have to have crime to have good food. That's kind of how I feel.
I've never heard that MO.
Really?
Yeah, that's interesting.
Oh,
you ever had that Yakum in New Orleans?
That Yakum? It's not drugs, is it?
No.
Okay. Because I've
never had
that.
Yakum?
I haven't had the edible version, no.
No.
Oh, this thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, this Vietnamese food.
I don't think so. I was watching top five New Orleans street foods.
That Yakum, homie.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's a deep cut right there.
It is a very deep cut. I thought it came in a small baggie. Yeah, I haven't had this, bro. I have not had this. But, New Orleans has one of the largest Vietnamese populations.
Really, in the country? Yeah. I did not know that. I've never been to NOLA.
I think so. You haven't?
Never.
Oh, man.
Never. And a lot of stuff shoots there. For some reason, I just haven't been there before. Yeah.
It's mythical.
Nashville reminded me of Austin a little bit. 6th Street?
Yeah.
That promenade a little bit?
Yeah, for sure.
Sort of, yeah. But
that Broadway, that area is really interesting down there. What else about Nashville that I really like?
You go to the soccer games ever, Nashville SC?
I haven't been to that. I go to watch Lipscomb College. They play soccer there.
What?
At Lipscomb College.
No way.
It's a college, and they have soccer, and so I'll go watch some of their games.
What's their student body population?
It's a good question. Pull it up, Lipscomb College.
Let's see.
It's one of those colleges that right next to it has the high school also, and then the children's school or whatever.
So it's like you can go there from K to senior year of college.
Yeah, you could go from like K to 40.
4,800 students.
Okay. But their soccer team was ranked, has been ranked in the top 25 the past few years.
So you love, like, you're a diehard, season ticket holder.
No.
You're there all the time.
No, sometimes I'll text my neighbor who's a coach. You're like, hey, you mind if I pop by?
You might just pop by and they're cool.
And he'll be on the field. He'll be like, yeah, sure, pull up.
Do you get like the McConaughey UT pass? You can go wherever you want.
There's not a lot of bleachers, so it's pretty.
So you're basically on the field all the time.
Yeah.
I was amazed. I was at that UT Georgia game. McConaughey gets.
Oh, you went to that?
He gets full license.
Yeah.
He could do whatever he wants. Because I already had a field pass. I thought I was pretty,
right?
High level in some way. He's like with the coach. He's calling plays.
He's coaching. He's taping a guy up.
He's taping a guy up.
He's like, you're going to be all right.
He's
all
living
right,
the
all
experience.
Right.
You know. I got a buddy who's on the Nashville soccer team. His name's Alex Mule.
Oh, really? Let's pull him up. Let's give him some
man.
shine because I need to go watch them. You think if I hit him up, he would invite me to a game?
Absolutely. And the games are often sold out. I grew up with this guy.
Alex Mule.
Yeah, but he was always M-U-Y-L. That's the bane of his life, man. Poor guy.
Yeah, people that can't spell mule. Yeah,
this is amazing, man. I wish this is what AI is going to be in 20 years. Just say it and it pops up.
Oh, as we're talking, the computer follows.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Have you never thought about that?
Have you tried? Do you use the
VR,
the Vision,
Oculus, that kind of thing?
No. Well, Oculus too, I guess, but the AirPod Vision.
What do you mean, like blue blockers or something?
The Vision Pro.
Vision Pro. What is it?
The Apple helmet.
But tell me about Mule. I just want to.
Yeah. My bad.
So you played ball with him growing up?
I played ball with him growing up, and he was just gifted. It's tough. You could play like. It's like that Last Dance Chicago Bulls documentary. Some of those guys will be partying all night, and then they'll drop, like Dennis Rodman, he'll drop 40. It's like I could work my ass off, and if you don't have the gift of physical talent, of athleticism, you're cooked.
Yeah, you're done, dude. Yeah, some people got that you got a damn foot Mozart out there. I don't have that.
Yeah. Alex Mule is a foot Mozart.
Really?
Yes.
Oh, that's fire.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I got to go check him out, man. I haven't been to see a game. It's unfortunate. I did get to go see Vanderbilt, which is the college that's the SEC college that's actually in Nashville.
That's what I visited. Yeah, I was at Vanderbilt.
Oh, wait, I saw a video of you out there.
I never had that American college experience. I went to Columbia for a second, then went to NYU, so I'm jealous of that. But Vanderbilt, respect to Vanderbilt, it didn't feel like UT or. It didn't feel like it had a huge campus or a huge.
No, it's a smaller energy.
Yeah,
but we went to one game this year. They played Alabama and they upset Alabama.
So that was huge.
It was crazy.
Because usually their football program's not that good, right?
It's not.
Yeah,
and they know that.
Yeah.
So we're not. It's not a secret.
No. You got to keep keeping their place.
But that was the game they won. And look, they didn't even. It was like all these lawyers and attorneys like tearing down the goalposts.
No
they
way.
even had. They had a. There we are. After the game, we.
Is it a big law program?
Carl Lee is their coach, and he's an awesome guy. I mean, he's a class act.
He just gets smoked.
But we got to.
Oh, there you are. Dude, what are you doing on the field, dude? Dude, what are you doing on the field, dude?
Bro,
you almost ran that person over.
Hey, bro.
That's amazing.
Put on a helmet, girl. That was a girl that should not have been.
Yeah. You almost ran her over.
Yeah, she shouldn't be playing wide out. It's just different. But no, it's a what's it like there? It's a after the game, so they had like engineers, like, how should we take this down? And then there's just drunk kids, like, just rip it down.
Yeah.
And then they carried it down Broadway, which is like the street you were talking about, the goalpost, because they never had it happen.
Those kids had never broken a law in their life.
Yeah. They even tried to valet park the goalpost at like a restaurant.
No.
Yeah.
Is it like an expensive, fancy type school?
I mean, I don't think it's a lot of kids that have never played probably dice in an alley, I would say that. So I would say it's, probably pretty decent,
Man, that's pretty crazy, huh?
But it is a really cool, it's a cool program, man.
I feel like I could see 3 stadiums from my hotel. I feel like I could see the Vanderbilt one, the Tennessee Titans one, and Nissan Stadium. Shout out Nissan.
Yeah.
Is Nissan a big Tennessee car manufacturer?
That's a good question. I don't think so. It sounds Nissan.
It's Japanese.
It's Japanese. Wow. Huh. Interesting.
Dude, thanks for coming in, Timothy. I appreciate it, man.
Man, thank you. I not with the shameless plug, but I got this movie, A Complete Unknown, coming out on Christmas Day. Yeah. Did you actually see it?
Yeah.
Fantastic, man. So I'm excited that we can actually talk about it. And I was very much in the time period of the movie the whole time, trying to stay without being a dick, within the bounds of the character. But somebody in the hair and makeup trailer at the end of the day, they would play this podcast, which is how I discovered it. And particularly the episodes with the garbage man and like the real life episodes, the lunch lady, the coroner,
Wayne, the garbage man, he's doing good.
Those were like awesome episodes,
Thanks,
and sort
man.
of like worldviews that I wouldn't get otherwise,
Yeah.
And
and you're from New York, right?
And I'm from New York, so Garbage Man, he totally recontextualized that for me.
Bro, he did a great job because they used to have
I used to hate them,
Yeah.
Yeah, because you think they're taking their time.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And I realized how tough that job is. I mean, he was
rough.
like throwing dogs in the back of the. I mean, that story's. Do you remember that?
There's a lot of missing,
Yeah.
formerly living things started to disappear.
Yeah, in the back of the
Well, they used to have incinerators in the buildings. That's what was crazy.
Right.
So that the people would put their trash, it would hit the incinerator, and then they would just have. I mean, this is like 6 or 7 years ago, I think, but they would just have soot in barrels, or in cans on the side of the street, and then they started getting bags. But he said, yeah, there's been times where a lot of things have shown up. But thank you, man, for checking it out.
Yeah,
or for just hearing it on accident.
No, hearing it on accident and loving it, and I'm so happy you saw this movie. And this is like, I hope this isn't like a shameless self-plug, but
no, it's not at all.
Yeah.
Look, man, we're happy that you're here, and it's interesting. Yeah,
I appreciate it.
And you get to do a biopic or biopic. How do they say it? I
still don't know, man. Biopic sounds like a medical procedure.
Yeah.
That sounds like someone, is inspecting your lungs to see if you played the role the right way. I like biopic. Biopic sounds fancier.
Yeah, biopic does sound fancier. I think that's true. Yeah, biopic. Was it like, so let me think about a question like that. Just so people know, this is about a 4 or 5 year period in Bob Dylan's life.
This is a 4 or 5 year period in the early Bob Dylan's life. And I'm sure a lot of people listening to your program are already fans of Bob Dylan's, but I'm sure a lot aren't, because to my generation,
Yeah, some people don't know.
So don't know. And he's really one of the most fantastic American artists of all time, and has influenced our culture in so many deep ways. And it's just, I grew up on Kid Cudi and hip hop, and that was really my passion. And then somewhere in my 20s, because this movie I was working on, I became obsessed with this man, Bob Dylan, who's absolutely, I could just speak about him endlessly. And, I would love if people saw this movie and even if they got a passing interest, discover the world of Bob Dylan. I feel like we get to be a bridge or a gateway to this guy. And I hope this isn't one of your episodes where you got like someone, like one of the ones people skip because it's like a person playing. So, what I'm saying? Like a, I don't want to use that word celebrity, but like, because my favorite episodes of yours are.
Oh, like a fancier person, hypothetically fancier?
No, I don't mean it like that, but just like, I like I said, I like the ones that.
Yeah, we don't have like a lot of celebrities on,
you know what
really.
I'm saying? Yeah, I never really use that word, but.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
No, I don't think so. Look, man, I think.
I feel like this part of the job is that, though, because when I'm working, I'm really very much in it, you know what I mean? And then here, anyway.
Yeah, actors get kind of a weird rap, though, because then they also have to be celebrities.
In some way, yeah,
right.
In some way, and
so that's
if you want to get your movie out, there's only a limit of how pretentious in some way,
right.
private, whatever. I want this, especially this movie. I believe in this movie, and I believe in this man. He's a tremendous artist, so I want to. Get it out there.
Yeah. No, I don't think that's, man, I think that, like, you did the movie with the young man with drug addiction with Steve Carell's son.
Oh, yeah, Beautiful Boy, yeah.
Which was awesome, man.
Yeah. I know you struggle. I know you struggle with that a little bit, yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah. And so many people have. And it's like, so I don't think there's any doubt in people's mind about your ability to be a bridge between whether it be a story or a person to a new generation or to new listeners or people kind of imbibing it.
And I appreciate you bringing up Beautiful Boy, and I feel like you're doing the exact same thing, not to just blow smoke up each other's ass, but I feel like when you...
Oh, we're a couple of naughty Native Americans right here.
Come on. Yeah, we're a couple yeah. Oh, yeah. If you're listening to this and not watching this, that we're fully, the bottom half of our bodies
We're out here boofing, homie. It's getting spicy out here.
I don't even know what that means.
Okay, I don't either.
I don't even know what that means.
Take that out.
But, because I know you speak on it too, and you probably empower people, that otherwise would be doing some naughty stuff.
Yeah, people want to hear us. People want to see it. People want to see like a little bit of a journey that they can relate to or hear about it.
Yeah, exactly.
So about the character, so Bob Dylan has like such a famous, because a lot of younger generation might not know about him,
Yeah.
And a lot of he has such like a.
That's a good Bob Dylan, man.
Was it?
Yeah, that was good.
How did you do when you first decided? Because I'm sure you had to practice it in your room or something. Yeah. Like, tell me about the first time.
That was super gradual. Can't do it with people that are fans, because people that are fans of Bob Dylan will go, they'll all tell you got it wrong. That's the trouble with playing someone so famous and beloved. Everyone's got an opinion about him.
Yeah.
So you got to put the blinders on and just kind of do it around people that, Look, man, I'm usually not that prick actor who's like obliging his friends or whatever to listen to the character he's working on. But this is the one time I did that.
Oh, I think you have to do that,
Yeah, I had to
especially
do it,
because you don't want to get out there and do a bad job of it.
Exactly, man. This would have been blasphemous. I would have gotten killed.
I mean,
I could still get killed.
Yeah,
but now it seems like getting a little bit of
might,
get a little bit of love. You know what I'm saying?
You might be back.
A little bit of that.
Hey, snipers down, lay down, snipers.
Yeah.
But was there a moment where you tried that? Where you actually tried it?
Yes, very gradually. I had to. There's a great dialect coach named Tim Monick. You can work with people that are like experts in this field, and they'll tell you how to go about it. This man Tim Monick invented dialect coaching. He came up with it. Monich. He's worked with Leonardo DiCaprio. He's worked with everyone.
So he's a famous
dialect coach. Man, I've never looked him up before. Yeah,
Tim Monick. There he is, right there. Okay, is that the man?
Yeah, there I am with him. I got in trouble anyway.
Oh, you did? What happened to you?
I got in trouble because the strike had just hit, and I was just hanging out with him, and I didn't really get in trouble. But people thought I was a scab, and I was working with him.
Oh, yeah.
But he's
crossing lisp lines or whatever.
You're right, dude. You're right. That's
crazy.
That's the only union where you'd be crossing the picket line by working on your tongue.
Yeah, it's crazy,
no, I'm serious, but it was a real thing, dude.
Oh, yeah?
A real thing.
Really?
Like, scab. Stop working on the accent.
How dare you learn Spanish?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's crazy. Wow.
Man, next time I'll call you. Because actually, when you put it like that, it's like, what are you supposed to do, And I wasn't working with him. I was hanging out, We went to a shitty, super shitty... It's bleak, man. Like the way Bob Dylan, when he came up, there was like all these cafes in downtown New York and the music. And now I was trying to find the folk scene in modern day Manhattan. It was brutal.
Oh, I think in Manhattan, probably maybe like somewhere in the Village, probably, right?
Yeah, but it was brutal. I mean,
I
went to Cafe Wa where Bob Dylan came up, and it's just like Aerosmith covers now. Oh. So some guy goes, "Dream on!" And you're like, "Oh man, this is not how it was."
It's just it has like a small Aeropostale in the back, kind of like
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, that's kind of a bummer. Did you have to meet Bob to get into this?
I never got the chance to meet him.
Not yet at all.
No. Oh, he's super reclusive. Yeah, he's elusive and reclusive.
He's that reclusive.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll ever see the movie. Yeah, he did this X post. I've been taught to say it's not tweet anymore. I guess fucking X post, but that he did it like 3 days ago. And that was more than he.
There's a movie about me opening soon called A Complete Unknown. Timothée Chalamet is starring in the lead role. Timmy is a brilliant actor. I kind of respect it, though. Nice. Honoring your youth.
Yeah. Dude, Timmy's my 12-year-old expression, dude.
Timmy's a brilliant actor, so I'm sure he's going to be a completely believable as me or a younger me or some other me. The film's taken from Elijah Wald's Dylan Goes Electric, a book that came out in 2015. It's a fantastic retelling of events from the early 60s that led up to the fiasco at Newport. After you've seen the movie, read the book. Oh, that's nice.
Super sweet. And then,
so do you even talk to him on the phone or anything yet?
No, nothing. I never got the chance to talk to him. Yeah, I like that you point out the Timmy. I tried, when I was 19, 20, I was evolving into Timothy.
Shed some letters.
Add some letters. Add some letters from Timmy to Timothy.
Yeah, I thought you were going Tim. Sorry.
Tim would be,
You're going Timothy.
Yeah. Tim, like I
said.
Went
from Timmy to Timothy.
Yeah, 40s, 50s, couple ex-wives.
Then you go Tim.
Then you go Tim, I'm like, mowing my lawn all day.
Yeah, hey, Tim.
Yeah, exactly.
Missed a spot.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, there's a bird's nest there. Calm down,
Sort of a disgruntled expression on my face watching my kids' sports games.
Yeah.
Because they're not playing to the level that I was.
At a swim meet, too.
At a swim meet.
Swim meet's the worst because you can't even talk to the person next to you because it echoes so much in the room.
I've never been to a swim meet in my life.
Even if you whisper a little, the people hear
travels.
it. Yes.
It travels.
Oh, you cannot gossip.
How many swim meets? You go to Lipscomb College swim meets?
I don't go to the. I've been at. Yeah, I've been at.
You gotta be careful, dude.
Yeah, I do. You're right, and it is, and I definitely watch from my car with binoculars, so it's not too creepy.
So it's normal. Yeah. It's totally normal. So the fact you've been doing it since your early 20s means that
yeah,
it's cool.
I'm kind of grandfathered in.
Your grandfather in.
That guy's not a pedophile. He's an artist.
He's an artist, and this show happened. This show sprouted in this period of you doing that. How can you fault the process? The proof's in the pudding.
Yeah, the guy. How do you expect him not to rehearse his own life? But you can't. That's the thing. You just can't gossip at a swim meet, man.
Yeah.
What are we talking about?
I don't know. I've never been to a swim meet. That's a very like there's 4 pools in New York City.
Oh yeah,
you know what I mean.
That's true.
We don't have swim meets, but we have.
What do you guys have?
We play dice in the alleys, like you were saying before. No, I'm kidding. But I was thinking about this the other day. Like my high school, they wouldn't let us out for lunch. Would they let you out for lunch or no?
Oh yeah,
you could do whatever you wanted at lunch.
Yeah.
They didn't let us out. I feel like my skin tone from when I went into high school by the time I got out, I looked sickly. I haven't recovered.
Oh, it got you got kind of like, very...
Anemic.
Yep, anemic. I'm sure. What else is it called? Kind of Boo Radley-esque kind of?
Exactly. Exactly. You know.
Yeah, because they should give you at least an hour in the sun. They give it to inmates.
Yeah.
And just because I'm learning social studies, I don't get it.
I don't get it. Exactly. And then I'd be in the basement doing just acting all day.
Just because I'm learning fucking Voltaire, I don't get 40 minutes in the sun.
40 minutes in the sun. Nothing.
A raisin got in the sun.
Oh, hey.
I don't.
Hey, that's a good play knowledge right there, man. Denzel Washington,
I will
baby.
accept that. I will
Denzel
accept
Washington.
that. Thank you.
I heard you're
much.
a big play guy.
Really?
No.
Oh, thanks. I was like, God, I don't want that going around.
yeah. Hey, man, that's the subversive. No one would expect it.
That's very low key, dude.
Is there theater in Nashville?
Yeah,
there's got to be.
There is a theater program. That's a good question. I grew up in Louisiana. We had some theater. We just did like.
Did you ever do theater growing up?
Yeah, I did. Well, it was just called Drama Club or whatever, and it was a lot of people it was a lot of people I think that wanted to be actors, and then a lot of people that just were kind of like
the outsiders.
Yeah, outsiders.
Yeah. I went to the high school. It was the opposite. The drama kids were the
cool kids.
Yeah, and the basketball kids were like there's like 4 of them.
Bro,
you know
that's got to be interesting because a lot of people don't get that opportunity.
No, it skewed my perception of the real world because then I got to Columbia and I was like, oh shit, the value system is totally different, you know? But actually, in a serious way, it kind of motivated me to go pursue my acting even harder. But did you ever think about acting? Or
you're like, what's the exchange rate on this Hamlet scene I have?
No, exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah, I did just some stuff at school, but I would always mess it up. Like we did like Sherlock Holmes or something. And I was like Watson or whatever, his buddy or whatever.
Okay.
It's like
Who was Sherlock?
His man crush, whatever. And our guy was very like progressive, so he tried to make there to be like this small like lover scene or just like some ambiance between Sherlock and Watson. And
you didn't go for it?
I don't know if I went for it or not. I was like
bold,
13.
Dude. You gotta go out there, man. You gotta be bold. You gotta be bold. You would have earned the respect of all your classmates. Or actually, I don't know where you're from. Maybe.
Who knows? Could have gone either way. But yeah, there was this definitely kind of romantic where they're looking for the clues and they end up kind of finding each other. That's what the guy said. And I was like, this seems like insane. But
you didn't do it.
I tried my best, but then I remember the first night I got out there on stage, I took on this Latino accent for some reason.
That's a strong choice, man. It's all about
nobody
strong
knew
choices.
it was coming.
Perfect.
And I was like, "What's up, Holmes?" You know?
Yeah.
And then, so yeah, that was just, and that's when I realized it was tough for me to be in some ensemble things. I just wanted to be by myself, you know, like that kind of thing.
You found this. I mean, this sort of format, right?
Yeah, that's where stand-up came.
Would you do a movie if it came your way?
If I've got to make it, myself. I think.
All right. You don't want to be slotted into something.
I don't think so. I just am super protective about myself for some reason, which may seem kind of weird. I don't know.
For some reason, you had me on.
That was a bad choice.
Yeah.
No, a good choice, dude.
Yeah.
So in New York when you were a kid, like who's your best friend?
Best friend growing up. Nobody,
like
man.
A
I was always
friend?
pursuing acting, dude.
Were you really?
I was bred at Warner Brothers Studios in a little embryo fluid.
It was just like that.
Thing. Yeah, no, man. You know, probably Brett Goldstein. You know,
a kid in your building or something? From school?
He was a kid on the Upper West Side that my older sister was friends with his older sister Brenna, and just I think they still live there. Greg and Bess, those are his parents, and Brett. You know, that was my whole friend group. Then my whole friend group went to this school called Computer School, and then I went to a school called Booker T. Washington. So I lost my friend group there. But
and do you have a roommate now?
No,
you don't.
Thank God, man. That's like more than sorry. No, I mean, but fucking that's more than anything. That's what Jezelnik says on Netflix. He says you really made it when you don't have a roommate anymore.
Oh yeah.
That's true,
in New York.
In life. You know?
Yeah. Well, yeah, I think especially in New York because it's so expensive. In other places, some people get a roommate because they just get maybe lonesome or whatever.
Do you have a roommate?
I don't have a roommate. You know, I would like to get one, or I'd like to get a wife maybe this year.
Where
next year?
How do you go?
2020 Wive. That's what I'm calling it, dude.
Wive. How do you go about that?
I think getting out there and meeting people.
Do you have friends that you trust? That you would trust, like to set you up?
Some, but sometimes you're shocked at who they'll set you up with.
Really? Like you're insulted?
I mean, you're just like, well, we must think that you think differently of me than
about
I
you.
think of me.
Yeah. How so? Give me an example.
Just like
no names, but
just somebody put me on with like a woman that had like, any way I say this, I lose here.
Okay, all right. Enough said.
Just people that there was no.
How do you do this format? Like you're never nervous that people are going to watch that you're talking about?
Yeah, but I just make sure that I just try and don't say anything that would be really mean about somebody. And so there it could have got weird.
Right, and you send you'll send scary people after people,
Oh, well, I mean, things
You'll
get
send
dark.
guys in suits outside people's houses, make sure they don't.
There's a podcast sphere out there that things, get handled or whatever. I don't want to use that term.
Yeah. That's
but
terrifying.
It's not there's no lawyers involved. I'll say
Right,
that.
right. You're just winging it.
The Lord is our lawyer. That's
Lord
some of
is
these
your
people's motto.
Right.
So it gets kind of like that. This episode is sponsored by Prize Picks, baby. You know it. You picking prizes? I am. If you like firing on sports, then Prize Picks is the best daily fantasy sports app for you. It's unique, I'll say that. And right now you can sign up and you get $50 instantly when you play just $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. December means it's the season of giving. Bam, 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 bam. And Prize Picks only knows one way to celebrate. Pickmas. Merry Pickmas. Follow along this holiday season for free picks, discounts, free lineups, and more coming at you all month long. You can fire on all your favorite sports like the NBA, NFL, UFC, and many more. Instead of choosing teams, you choose individual players. Each player has a set projection. That's what I like. And so you can say, all right, well, Kirk Cousins and less than 207 passing yards or more than, you get to choose. And you could mob that up with Anthony Richardson, more than 7 rebounds or less than. If you're smart with sports and you know what players are going to perform on what nights, then Prize Picks is the best app for you. First-time users download the Prize Picks app, use code Theo, and Prize Picks will instantly give you $50 on your first lineup of $5 or more, no strings attached. Put in $5 and instantly get a free $50. Prize Picks. Today's sponsor is Kraken. That's right. Kraken, the number 1 ranked crypto platform by Forbes for December 2024. I actually have a Kraken wallet. I got a Kraken wallet. I've had a couple of coins over the years, a little bit of this and that, just a safekeeping. Like a squirrel trying to put that thing away. You feel me? That nut. The price of Bitcoin has been climbing. And if you've been thinking, man, I might need to get me some of that digital gold, well, Kraken is where you need to be. That's where you can do it. Kraken has been in the crypto game for over 13 years, which is actually longer than... a little bit longer than I was in college, just a couple years longer. If you know me, you know I have personally dabbled in crypto. That's true. It's been this and that. And became way too obsessed with checking the price, sometimes even in the middle of the night. That's me, boy, vaping and checking, well, what's that BTC at, daddy? Kraken even lets you build your own watch list to keep tabs on the price of Bitcoin, Doge, and the hundreds of other crypto that they've got available. You're probably wondering, is Kraken safe? Well, let me tell you, Kraken's security is tighter than your aunt's Christmas ham, baby. You feel me? Gang. I'm downstairs. You got questions? You'll sleep like a baby knowing their 24/7 customer support has your back. So head to Kraken, KRAKEN.com/Theo and sign up now. That's KRAKEN.com/THEO. This is not investment advice. I want you to know that. Crypto trading involves risk and loss and is offered to U.S. customers, excluding Washington, New York, and Maine, through Payward Interactive Incorporated. See kraken.com/legalca-pru-disclaimer for info on Kraken's undertaking to register in Canada. Sometimes you want to get the best information from the best source, right? You want to learn from the most articulate and accurate person on a topic or field. And that's where Masterclass comes in. With Masterclass, your loved ones can learn from the best to become their best. Masterclass is the only streaming platform where you can learn and grow with over 200 of the world's best. That's why Wirecutter calls it an invaluable gift. Plus, there's no risk. Every new membership comes with a 30-day money-back guarantee. There you go. So give your loved ones a year of learning with Masterclass. Wow. Guess you could just go from one class to the next and experience different things from some of the most experienced. That's cool. Masterclass always has great offers during the holidays, sometimes up to as much as 50% off. So you can head on over to masterclass.com/Theo for the current offer. That's up to 50% off at masterclass.com/THEO, masterclass.com/Theo. Do you, when you go into a role like this, do you start to think like, so a lot of younger people will think that you're Bob Dylan. You almost take a piece of the person's existence in a strange way. Does that make any sense to you?
Yeah, man. Yes and no, because I've become such a fan of his that it's not like I feel like I'm a blemish on the legacy, but
No, not at all. That's not what I mean.
No, I know.
People are going to think some people are going to think you are Bob. They're going to think that when they think of him in the future, your face will come into
I'm just saying that even if I have like, a healthy amount of self-respect, it's never going to come close to who he is. So I like the idea that I could be a bridge, but like I had a buddy that said the Johnny Cash movie, Joaquin Phoenix, who is the same director, Walk the Line, he said, I actually like Joaquin's versions of Johnny Cash's songs better than Johnny Cash's songs. But I never wanted that. Sincerely, I don't want that to happen here and I wanted to protect against it because Bob's got this raw voice.
Yeah.
He's got this like iron voice. And I never wanted these songs to be sort of like more gentle than his songs, and I had to fight against that because the recordings we made, a lot of them were super, it's hard, man. He was playing on a beat up guitar with shitty recorders. He had a bronchitis in his early 20s. His voice was all fucked up. And I didn't want it to be like watered down, because he very purposefully he liked Jack Kerouac and Moriarty. He, a lot of the books I read said he didn't have great hygiene, stuff like that. So I didn't want the movie to be watered down all of a sudden. You
wanted to honor him as much as you could.
Yeah, exactly.
But also without being him as much, like you.
Yeah, not do this Hollywood version, basically.
Right.
Because these biopics, it's a fine line, man. And I've never done anything like this. I usually play a role. Actually, sort of.
Wonka you did, kind of.
Yeah, Wonka I did it, yeah.
But that's maybe not real.
No, but it's, yeah, thank God.
Well, don't tell the children.
Thank God. No, but also I would, probably have to get psychiatric help. No, and there's a certain pressure with that Wonka too. People are like very protective of characters they love. They don't want, and there's sort of like a cynicism about Hollywood. About like why do they keep revisiting the Wonka thing? I felt was justified because it's a new story. We weren't doing Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. We were doing sort of an origin. And by the way, I don't know if you've seen Wonka. Have you?
Yeah, which one have I seen? I've seen all of them.
You watched it while you were in the car spying on the on the Lyft's college. You had it playing on the audio. But
first of all, if you've never seen the Wonka movie, you just listen to the audio. That's a little bit.
That's already weird too.
It's kind of yeah. It's interesting.
They had Stevie Wonder at the movie last night.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Interesting bridge right there.
No, but I was same thing, man. I was like,
it is right. You're like
yeah.
Surround.
No disrespect, but I was just
the Godfather of surround sound, basically. Yeah, that's what I heard. The premiere was pretty interesting. So last night was your premiere.
It was premiere in LA, man. It was great.
Oh, dude, thanks for coming the day after your premiere.
Yeah,
that was probably
a little
bonkers.
late. I apologize, man.
Were you guys up late?
We were up late, and I shot this movie Marty Supreme all the fall. These crazy directors, or crazy director Josh Safdie. You ever see Uncut Gems?
Oh yeah, so good.
That director. So it's kind of that energy, that chaotic thing. So it wasn't like a low energy shoot. This was like 16-hour days for 3 months. Then I went right into this. So I haven't been like drinking at all. Not that I ever really had a problem with it, but just, because these days, and I actually find my mind is so much sharper. I'm amazed I haven't gotten sick through this whole last couple months. But last night I did have a couple drinks, so I'm kind of fried today, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, my voice is a little.
No, you got to celebrate. Did you have to get up and make a speech? What's it like at something like that?
Oh man, great question. It's like,
oh, here we are. Right here.
Oh man, I don't do the I call it instant nostalgia.
Oh, seeing these pictures like this?
Yeah. I mean,
it's kind of bizarre, isn't it?
Yeah, it's kind of bizarre, man. This is good because I'll say this, it's a great cast and a great director, so we all have fun. Edward Norton, man. Edward Norton should come on this podcast, man. He's a legend, absolute legend.
Oh yeah, he's a super legend.
Yeah,
he was in the You
ever see Rounders?
Yeah.
Do you play Texas Hold'em?
Yeah, I play it sometimes. He's good. And both of the actresses were great, the ladies in it. Oh, and his wife was in it. What's her name?
Erico.
Yeah. Yeah, they got a beautiful group of ladies in there. And men, too.
Yeah, look at Boyd Holbrook, man. With the blue suit on. Oh, that's a handsome man.
Is he real handsome?
Yeah, he's a stud.
Well, dude, you're kind of a handsome dude. Like a lot of dudes.
You are, man. Look at that. I've seen so many people.
Calm down, brother.
I've seen so many people ape your haircut.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, there's a lot of freaking thieves out there.
How long have you had it?
This haircut I've
Yeah.
had for probably, it's a little dicey today. I've had it for probably, well, I had it as a child.
Oh, no way. So this goes back.
Oh, yeah. And then
yeah.
I tried to like blend in, like whenever I moved to Hollywood and stuff, and it didn't work for me. And so then I tried to blend out.
Oh, so you started in LA before Nashville?
Yeah. Yeah, I
So-
lived out here for 12 years. I was doing stand-up comedy here. This is where I started doing stand-up comedy.
Oh,
at.
yeah. Where? At the Comedy Store and stuff
Yep.
like that? Yeah.
Comedy
Okay.
store. It was
Yeah.
awesome, man. I really enjoyed it.
And a
over
whole
there.
like sort of generation of comedians came out of there then, huh?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that was like all types. They had like Chris D'Elia, Tom Segura.
Is that a bigger comedy base here than New York, you think?
That's a good question. You know what's so funny? They're totally different from each other, and some people in one don't even know the people in the other.
Because the audience is different, you think?
Just it's just a total different group of people. Like you go there, and it's almost like it feels like you have to start all over. It's just a total different. Like I'll go into a club there, and it feels like
A whole different thing.
I'm walking into a club for the first time.
In New
Like,
York, you don't think you get the love you get out here?
I think you'll get a lot of respect, but you just feel that way. It's not your territory, you know.
Right.
So it's and you want to give respect to the guys that's their grounds that they walk on every day.
Interesting.
Because that's where they live. Like if somebody came out and was like being real flashy, but they're not in your in your kind of club here, it would be the same way, I think.
Interesting.
So there's a lot of code of conduct.
Would you ever do Saturday Night Live?
I don't know, man. You know, it's so funny. I went and saw it recently. And
It's crazy, right? It's a crazy setup.
It is crazy. You did it?
Yeah, I've done it twice.
Yeah. Oh, you have?
It's
Okay.
super dialed in, right?
I should have known that. Oh, yeah, dude.
Oh, yeah.
I went with Chris Farley's brother. It was the first
way.
time that he'd been back to go
Wow.
to SNL since his brother was on there, since he'd went with
Wow.
him. So it was pretty
What was that
neat.
like for him?
Dude, he told so many great stories. I wish they'd have put him out on stage. I was like, have him go out there.
Right.
Tell his stories. It was just classic, man. But I went to watch Bill Burr. I'm a big Bill Burr fan, so I went to watch him.
Did you see the last Sandler special on Netflix?
McGee performed that night, too.
Oh, sick.
That was dope.
Wow. Yeah.
And then,
He
there we are right there with Chris Farley's brother right
I
there.
thought that was McGee. dude, you look like you're 23, man.
No, dude.
It's true. Did he
I
take,
look
did
like
he
I'm
take
on
your haircut or no?
HGH, dude.
Yeah, no.
I got to get some HGH.
Do you work out?
Yeah, I do work out, dude. Yeah, I do. God. Yeah, I went today, I mean. That's what I mean. But yeah.
Once. Works out once.
What else do I want to know about this film? So you didn't hear anything from Bob. What about like his wife or his kid or something?
No, his kids, almost towards the start, the Monica who plays Joan Baez in the movie, she was in touch with Joan the whole time. And I thought about reaching out to his kids. But the thing is, when somebody gets revered like Bob at some point, he becomes this legend, people can sanitize the past.
What do you mean by that when you say
They could
that, just
present,
so we know?
They could present the best version of someone, and not present their flaws. Even a lot of the documentaries about Bob, they just paint him as a genius. There's one documentary called Don't Look Back, this D.A. Pennybaker one, where you actually see him raw. And it just captures his behavior. And it was sort of right before he got too famous where he turned his back, on letting himself be filmed. And so that was like the biggest help for me. And I thought about talking to his kids or his grandkids, but actually I was at the University of Minnesota like 3 days ago. We're doing a sort of a screening for the students there. And then someone said, this is Milo Dillon. This is his grandnephew. And he kind of looked like Bob. And he said, can we get a picture? And then he put his finger out and he said, you phase? And then I said, well, like the video,
FaZe Clan?
like the video game? He said, no, never mind.
So the new so even all the Dylans are unique.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
You phase? I
You
don't
phase
know.
with the finger like that.
I don't know. I mean, I know FaZe Banks. I don't know a lot of the FaZe guys. I know that one of them gave CPR to Sketch one night or something when he wasn't doing good.
Whoa.
But anyway, shouldn't have said that out loud.
Who's Sketch? I don't know who Sketch is.
What's up, brother? That guy. Did you see him?
No.
Oh my gosh. Wow.
Sketch.
It's crazy how different worlds are so
Yeah.
different, dude. Sketch him.
No.
Oh my God.
No. Oh, yes, I have. Yeah.
What's up, brother?
Yeah.
He's
He's been on this.
Oh yeah, he's been on that.
Yeah.
He's a great bro.
Yeah.
He is so creative. He has one of the most creative minds I've been around.
Yep.
Just like he has his own pentameter of making jokes and stuff. It's pretty fascinating.
Is he stand up?
Nope, he's
No.
not a stand-up. I think there's this new thing that goes on now, whereas if somebody's it's interesting what's going to happen with stand-up, because stand-up has been this thing that people always go practice and then they go do. But now a lot of people build so much traction from social media.
Yeah, that
So
they
it's
pop
well,
off
then-
like that.
Right. So then how do you take that and perform it? Is there a performance
It's a whole
element?
different thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because some people on their podcasts are great, and the stand-up is different, right?
Yeah,
In
it's
some way.
different. Or
Do you
just-
feel like stand-up's in a golden era? I feel like it's like boxing. I feel like now, I feel like Netflix kind of made it, sexy again in some way.
Yeah, I think, the news got like very all the same, I feel like. And it got very, what a lot of people believe maybe commandeered by advertising in a way.
Right.
Some of that happens. It's capitalism. So I think podcasting was just this like...
became this open format.
Yes.
Yeah.
Where it was like, okay.
Well, also, that you're really resonating in some way.
Yeah.
Right? Because it's not dollars or it's not like...
Well, especially in the beginning, for the first like 4 or 5 years, you're not really making any money. So it's like you're just doing your best. You're just keeping it. And then at a certain point, like people will say, well, if you're not going to let me say what I want, then get your advertising off of my network.
Yeah, but that's a risk, man.
Yeah,
I mean, it's a risk dollars-wise, right?
Oh, it's a risk dollars-wise, yeah. I mean, Dana White was on here one time, and one of our episodes got pulled down because of... we had Bobby Kennedy on this, a political friend, a buddy of mine, but who also ended up going into politics. But they didn't want to be associated with it or whatever. And anyway, Dana was on, and he said, who called and said they... And we were like, it was this...
Kellogg's.
It was biking company or something. No, it was like a Proton or whatever it's called.
Peloton. Interesting.
And dude, next thing you know, people all across the country were throwing Pelotons into the Boston River. Yeah.
Well, they give you heart attacks too.
Do they really? Oh, well, that's not going to help them.
No, based on that Sex in the City. Mr. Biggs. That's how he died.
I didn't see that.
You see that he died on the Peloton in the episode. He dies in the episode, and then their stock crashed because people thought it was killing. It's like, and they obviously had to sign off on that.
I guess that wasn't a good idea.
That's a real thing, right, Mr. Biggs? I think.
Can we see
we're
that?
Pulling it up.
Anyway. Oh, there he is. Oh, yeah.
That's what happens when you...
He married Samantha, huh? I don't know about this show.
Yeah.
What else was I going to think about? Oh, when you think about... So I just want to make sure that we get a lot about this film and what I thought that was...
Yeah, what did you like about it? And you don't have to like the movie, but did you know anything about Bob Dylan before or no?
Nope. I know some of his music. I know
did
he
your
was
parents or your mom listen to it?
Oh yeah, my mom listened to it. This kid I grew up with, he would play it in his room every night. He had the harmonica and everything. He was a big Bob Dylan fan. My friend Ty, who I used to live with, Bob Dylan was the first mumble rapper. I mean,
man, absolutely.
Yeah, whining with a backbeat.
Absolutely.
Everybody's like, thinking that it was some of these other guys like Uzi Vert or maybe Kodak Black.
But
who's just a mumbler. I mean, at a certain point, can we just say that? He's great.
Yeah, he was a mumble. I mean, at some point he enunciated better.
Yeah.
But definitely early on.
Yeah, it's gotten a little rocky. I feel like it's gotten rocky recently.
Which is cool, man.
He might be going through some stuff too. Who knows? Sometimes it's so hard to know, what people are going
he definitely keeped it behind
he does.
the screen. We don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
I probably said more in this interview than he said his whole life.
It's mythical. Probably true.
Yeah.
That'd be great if we had a word, like it's like
a word counter
for you and Kodak.
Yeah.
You're like just miles ahead of him.
Yeah, literally.
Dude, you could sneeze and be like 7 words ahead of him, I feel like.
You said it.
What about some other? Well, I just want to think of anything else about the film that was it hard to learn the music? Did you have any issues with that, or how did you guys make that happen?
Not really, man. I had 5 years to work on it, so I took guitar lessons with a great...
Wait, you had 5 years to work on this? Wait, because you auditioned for it over a long period of time.
Well, 2018, we were supposed to do it summer of 2020, then the pandemic hit. Then I just kept working on it, I was supposed to do it summer of 2023. Then the strike hit, which is when I was still getting in trouble for doing my getting rid of my lisp. I'm just kidding. And,
when you were meeting with that guy in the dark alleys to
to work on the accent.
Yeah, to work on your keeping your tongue down when you say certain vowels.
Bro,
down with the palates.
Hey man, do you work?
Years ago I went to a voice
actually
coach.
talk like this.
Yeah.
Your voice is actually super high. When I walked in here today, Theo's voice was super high. He was.
Yeah. I'm a Disney character, guys, dude.
And he kept doing this weird thing. We'd rock back and forth. That's how he welcomed me. And he insisted that I jump on his back and get brought in here. And he put me on the couch. And then he assumed the character we all know that is Theo Von. But
I actually wanted him to jump on my front, dude. When people do front side piggybacks, that's kind of like...
I've never heard of that in my life.
And that's when I quit. Hey, that's when I quit playing tennis in junior high school, I'll tell you.
But listen, you got to be strong enough to do that.
That's a good point.
I could probably do it to you. I'm getting you out your comfort zone, man.
You cannot do a front side piggyback with me. Okay?
When we finish this, I'm jumping on the front.
And anybody that can draw a picture of Timothy and me and involved in front side piggybacking, let me know. I'll buy it from you and we'll donate $1,000 to a charity of your choice.
And can I F you after this? Like a little John Cena thing? Just for promo.
Yeah,
it's clicks.
Let's see what
it's clicks. I'll do it on this.
Okay.
All right.
Look at this.
Then you land on that. Oh,
you
man.
Just lay somebody on this.
No, I'm going to be like, then I'll suplex you on that.
Right through there?
Yeah.
I think we should get that.
Yeah.
It's that time of year, man. It's the holidays.
Come on, it's the holidays. This is the holidays in America in 2024.
Ringing. Yeah.
Are you a big holidays guy?
You know what? I think it does remind me a little bit to slow down, kind of. Which is nice because life gets going pretty fast a lot of times.
Do you think you're more elfish or Santa?
Oh, it's a good question. Oh, I wish I could be a little more Santa.
Do you think you're?
I'm more of sometimes a little more Mrs. Claus. Like I'll start bitching about a lot of shit.
About nothing.
Yeah.
About nothing.
I'll just get a little agitated, but I just got to slow down. It's just been like a long year.
Yeah, you've been busy.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do? Are you gonna go away or anything?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to Louisiana and see some family. Then I might try to take a vacation for a few days. We'll see.
A little Baton Rouge.
Yeah, my family lives right down there. So what about you?
I'm going to be here because I've been all over the place. I'm going to New York tonight, then I go to London, and then do all this promo for the movie.
Oh, you have to promo for this movie? For how long does promo take?
Well, it's coming out on Christmas, so I'm going every day, But I love the movie. That's why, shit, man, I'm trying to go as hard as possible. And then fucking come back here and be with my family, be with my new little niece.
Oh, you got a new niece?
Yeah.
First one?
First one.
Let's go, dude.
That's a crazy
What's
moment.
her name? Can you bring a picture of her? We can't show a picture of her.
I think my sister's kept her offline. My sister lives in a sort of like she's with a group of people in like a forest type thing in France.
No way. Where? Near Annecy?
Yeah, near Nancy. Yep. And yeah. In a forest. No internet. No, I'm just fucking with you. I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
Oh,
I'm sorry. No. She's.
Damn, dude. Let's check in on your sister. Let's email her a meal.
Let's give her a French Groupon. No, but she's Yeah. No Groupons in France, man. No Groupons in France.
Isn't?
No Groupons and a high property tax.
They have high property tax over there?
Absolutely.
It's beautiful
man.
property.
Beautiful property, and they don't want people just coming in, not,
just milling around for $40 a month property tax.
I'm in that age now where I'll chat GPT, like, what are the most attractive low property tax places in America or around the world?
Oh, yeah. One of them was my neighborhood growing up, dude. I remember our property tax was $8 one year. My mom paid in cash, dude, right out of her purse. I was like, where do we live at?
Wait, who'd she give it to?
The guy that came by.
Was it a legit guy, you think?
He looked pretty legit. He had all of his buttons on his head.
He had a hoodie that said government.
He had a couple of them, yeah.
She just gave him $8. Oh, man. Same thing, man. I grew up in like a Mitchell-Lama. You know about Mitchell-Lama?
The restaurant stars or whatever?
No. The Mitchell-Lama is like... there's like to my understanding, there's two versions of like good arts housing. You got Section 8. That means you're paying like under $800. Mitchell-Lama, yep.
Oh, that damn Mitchell-Lama, brother.
Absolutely.
Oh.
That's me, baby. Moderate.
Mitchell-Lama program provides affordable rental and cooperative housing to moderate and middle income families. So you're just talking about Alphabet City, basically.
Dude, wow. So how do you know you know New York, man?
I like New York. It's definitely fascinating.
Do you ever live there?
No, I'll just stay there for like maybe 3 months at the most. I would live there. If I get a wife and she lives there, I'll go live there.
What's the ideal, what does she look like both inside and out?
Well, she probably looks like a nice lady, I think. Let me think about the rest of it. Probably maybe played volleyball, maybe didn't. Maybe likes to be a mom, maybe. I don't know, dude.
She's looking
likes to laugh, has a good sense of humor.
Okay.
Because people that laugh get jokes usually. You can't.
Yeah.
Unless you're just something's wrong with you and there's something you just laugh every now and then.
Right.
So,
could she do somersaults?
Ooh, I hope she can, but I'm not trying to be some kind of pervert or whatever, But I wouldn't mind seeing one every now and then, especially if it's holidays or whatever, and she wants to, pop off a damn bee handspring or something before everybody cuts into some lackeys or whatever. I'm down for it. I think I'm open to a lot of different things, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and like handstands and shit?
Okay. I don't know what you're trying to get here. Blue Chew, baby. It's that holiday season, brother. And you don't want that limp frickin' Roger hiding inside of your pants, boy, do ya? Get it going. I'm upstairs. Let me see your body talk. Wintertime, baby. You know what I'm talking about? Blue Chew. Blue Chew, it's an online service that delivers the same active ingredients as Viagra, Cialis, and Levitra, but at a fraction of the cost and in chewable form. The process is simple. Sign up at bluechew.com. Consult with one of their licensed medical providers, and once you're approved, you'll receive your prescription within days. If you want to get that thing going, boy, Blue Chew can help. Blue Chew wants you to have confidence to perform your best, so discover your options at bluechew.com, and we've got a special deal for our listeners. For our audience, try Blue Chew free. Just pay $5 shipping at checkout when you visit bluechew.com. That's BLUECHEW.com to receive your first month free. Visit bluechew.com for more details and important safety information. And we thank Blue Chew for sponsoring this past weekend with Theo Von. That's me. Thank you. Sometimes you need to go to a doctor. Something happens to you. You get attacked or something falls on you. Somebody burns you with something, hot stick or something. Neighborhood attack. Who are you going to call? A doctor? Yep, that's right. Well, Zocdoc makes it easy. Zocdoc is a free app and website where you can search and compare high-quality doctors and instantly book an appointment. I'm talking in-network appointments with more than 100,000 providers across every specialty, from mental health to dental health to eye care and much more, limb care, skin, everything. If you need a specialist for your neck or one of your limbs, you have 4 limbs, you need a specialist, Zocdoc, they can do it. Acne, plasma, whatever you got, they'll help your eyes, your limbs. So stop putting off those doctor's appointments and go to Zocdoc.com/Theo to find and instantly book a top-rated doctor today. I mean, it's crazy. You can get it for your brain. You can get it for your teeth, your limbs, your tongue, whatever you need. Ear, nose, and ass, boy, they got it. Zocdoc.com. That's ZOCDOC.com/Theo. Zocdoc.com/Theo. Today's episode is brought to you by BetterHelp. If you're, it's that time of year, people get a little cagey. People bite their you'll see somebody biting their neighbor, biting their mother-in-law. Somebody will just chew a mole off their damn mother-in-law's neck because of anger, discomfort, uncertainty. And that's why you might need mental health help. If you do need it, BetterHelp. It's a good way to start. BetterHelp. You can contact them and they'll provide it. Licensed therapy. If you're thinking of starting therapy, give BetterHelp a try. It's entirely online. It's designed to be convenient, flexible, and suited to your schedule. Just fill out a brief questionnaire to get matched with a licensed therapist and switch therapists at any time for no additional charge. Find comfort this December with BetterHelp. Visit BetterHelp.com/THEO today to get 10% off your first month. That's BetterHelp, BetterHelp.com/Theo. And we thank BetterHelp for supporting the podcast. So I think, it's like, I just don't, I think more will be revealed about who the lady could be. Mm-hmm. But I'm also just being more open to it. Mm-hmm. It's like you got to be open to that, to get a wife, to be like, I'm going to have a wife and be with the wife. Yeah. You got to be open to it, brother.
Yeah, you got to set your life up.
Yeah. And how are you going to get divorced if you don't get married? You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. And those are 2 crucial chapters of life.
That's it.
Is your home, wifeable?
Not current.
Is there like shit everywhere when you walk in?
No. No, my home's organized. I got my tree up right now.
Nice. You got a tree.
Mm-hmm. I got a box of gifts. There's a lady that I don't even know who has sent me a box of Christmas ornaments for the past 4 years.
Sweet.
It comes every year. I put them up on the
tree.
It's
got a little mic and a camera in there.
There's I didn't think about that.
Yeah. She's just...
Bro, that's such a good idea.
Yeah. She's just watching you watch...
Every Christmas, it's a murder movie.
It's a murder, yeah.
Or it's just some movie it's about somebody who used to love somebody and they're watching their family now. And they send them this random box and then people put it on their tree they don't know. Yeah. And it has a camera in it.
And it has a camera in it. Yeah. Write it, baby.
I'm not going to. We did. That's it.
What do you watch on Christmas?
I watch.
Like what would the camera see you doing?
We're supposed to do Christmas caroling this year with a couple fellows from the gym, actually. And so we're supposed to practice on Friday. And we just hired a cool brother over there in Nashville to help us learn some of the lyrics.
You say brother, dude.
And then,
I love when you say that, man.
Oh, yeah. We're excited about it. There's all brothers going, so you got to respect the culture, man. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, man.
But yeah. And then what are we going to go? I watched Family Man. Have you ever seen that one?
Nah, I've never seen Family Man.
With Nicolas
Cage.
It's a great movie.
One of the greats.
Have you ever met him?
No, man, but Matchstick Men's one of my favorite movies ever.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
Nicolas Cage, man. What a life.
But yeah, I'd like to get a wife maybe. What about, there's kind of a love triangle in the movie.
Yeah. There's
So the women's Joan Baez.
Joan Baez and Sylvie Russo.
Is Sylvie Russo, was she an artist? I couldn't tell.
Yeah, she's, her real name's Suze Rotolo in real life, but the real Bob Dylan was still very protective over her. She was never really famous. So that was one of his big script notes. He said, change that name. And, I think he felt protective over her legacy in some way.
So he had some notes about the script.
Yeah, exactly. The love triangle is sort of one of the big, like we do these Q&As for the movie now, and people will say, was his behavior towards the people that he was in a relationship with in his life, it's definitely complicated, but my answer is always he was focused on his art first and foremost. Also, this movie's about people in their early 20s. So you don't really have life figured out, especially in a relationship then. That stuff is a mess at that age. So he was kind of between these two women in the movie, and Joan Baez is a musician and artist, ambitious the way Bob would have been, and Sylvie's really the more grounded character. I think what Elle Fanning does in the movie is incredible. You kind of see the movie through her eyes because she's not one of these famous musicians. She's really just a real person and is deeply affected.
Yeah, she was very affected by Dylan in the movie, or her character was.
Yeah.
That was interesting to see.
Yeah.
And the things that
she's the only person in the movie that doesn't have a transactional relationship with him.
Right.
Really loves him for who he is. And that was our theory. I never talked to Bob Dylan, but I feel like that's why I think he's still fond of that relationship and private about it, because if maybe the rest of his life could be confusing, I don't want to speak for him, but confusing about like who's being genuine with me and who's not. She was always the clear day one.
Clear candidate.
Yeah.
Wow, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I found like when I was watching it, yeah, you're kind of rooting. It's weird because who you're rooting for changes almost from scene to scene in the movie.
Yeah. Yeah, no one's like great. Besides Elle Fanning, everyone comes off a little
real.
Yeah, hopefully,
like flawed, but like in a human way.
Flawed in a human way, and a little, especially in your early 20s, man. You're trying to figure out your life.
Oh, yeah, dude, they don't even. Yeah.
Were you a Saint in your early 20s?
Dude, no, I was. I mean, I was a Saints fan. I'm a New Orleans Saints fan, but I was not. I was not.
You're at the game, like fuck it.
I mean, I had on maybe I might have had on a Drew Brees jersey.
Drew Brees jersey on your 16th Miller Lite,
dude. Yeah, that's for sure.
That was.
But no, yeah, it's like, yeah, how do you even start to get things figured out? But that's one thing that I liked about it. I like seeing the different, and I like that there was like, okay, what's this relationship like over here going to happen? What's this relationship like over here going to happen? Yeah. And then just seeing like, I did get a better idea of like, oh, okay, Bob Dylan was just kind of like affected dude that he kind of was maybe better than he thought he was, or he was actually so great and they tried to manipulate him. It was just all so confusing, and I think it was confusing to him, and it was like
exactly
it was just a lot going on, and he seemed like a unique person and probably like a secretly sensitive guy, and so for all those things to happen, so quick to him, and then for him to try to figure it out and navigate what was real. I don't know. Man,
exactly. And that's something I could relate to, not in the relationships necessarily in my life, but you feel like your career gets going. I don't know how you feel about that. And you want to protect your energy but you still want to have close, friendships and relationships. But at first it's a hard thing to navigate, particularly if you want to keep writing, you keep wanting, like Bob Dylan, and like you said, he was genuinely great at it. He had a gift from God at that point in his career. He said it in an Ed Bradley interview in 2004. He's like, I feel like God was writing through me. And he says in that interview, I can't do it anymore. He almost says it like
he misses it?
Like he misses it. Yeah, it's a beautiful moment in this Ed Bradley interview. He just, he says like, I can't do it anymore. I don't know how those words were coming to me. And
wow.
Yeah. And I feel like musicians even more than actors. I feel like an actor like into your 30s and 40s and 50s, as your face ages, you can keep doing great work.
Right.
And the gravitas of your life lives on your face. You know what I mean?
Right. And so the more you learn in life, the more,
The more it
abilities
comes
you're going to
out,
have.
man. Yeah, and the more
Right.
trauma you go through, whatever. And I feel like as a musician, you can still do great shit, but it's really like a young man's game.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because you have to do all that touring and stuff as
Yeah,
well.
it beats you up.
For you, the movie kind of tours for you.
Exactly. You know, I love, you know, it's funny. We do these Q&As. So I get the backstage experience. I'm like, holy shit, I'm coming out, man. Like, fuck, they're going to say my name out loud. I'm all excited. And I come out. And then as opposed to a rock star, I fucking sit in a chair.
Oh, yeah.
And I answer a bunch of
watch
questions.
this.
Yeah, and then I sit down and I try to give poised answers.
And just make sure your posture's okay the whole time. Oh.
Dude, it's humiliating.
Posture rocking in the house tonight. That shit is so hard to deal with, dude.
Because I'll be backstage and it's you hear the crowd like Timothée Chalamet, yeah, and then I fucking take my seat, yeah, and then I'm poised.
Yeah, you're like, oh, let's go, and you sit down.
And I sit down, dude. It's humiliating.
It's like it's very anti. I don't know what the word is, but somebody else probably knows it. But yeah, I don't know it. But yeah, dude. You know what though? I think it was. I do think that it was interesting if you frame it up like this is what it is. It's a few years in a man's life that was a very interesting man who's probably written so many songs that some young people don't even know that he wrote.
Yeah, exactly.
I was listening and I was like, no way he wrote that. And like just some relationships that he had with other artists that you may not even know about.
And sort of the first guy for me in American pop culture that said, I'm going to do whatever the fuck I want. And
that's a
was
good
like,
point.
Yeah, and that was like sort of blasphemous. Like every artist through the last 30, 40, 50 years that a lot of whom you can't shout out because they've basically burned so many bridges. But Bob Dylan was the first. He just wouldn't take no for an answer. He just was fired up about his art. And I hope that
his
doesn't
perception. No, I don't think it sounds like anything.
Yeah, I hope it doesn't sound corny because he really didn't give a fuck. And it's that to me was really refreshing to work on. You know, now we live in a time where it's not only is it hard to be rebellious about your art, but it's as much about the Coliseum's reaction. You know, you think about a clip you like online or something you like or don't like. The first thing you do is you go to the comments. It's as much about how people are reacting. You know what I'm saying? As it is about the actual thing.
Right.
So in some
That's
ways,
a
it's
good
harder
point,
now.
huh?
It's kind of harder now.
Because not only do you have to manage what you present, but you have to manage also I don't know.
Or you got to no, but yeah, I was just trying to say, and also to avoid that, that's kind of what I'm doing these days, man. You just gotta like, you have to bury your head so far. Even like the pictures from the premiere, I'm just like, you know, I just try to put the shutters on because it's not healthy, man. You know,
looking at all your stuff and looking at that.
Yeah, you know,
no,
also,
it's weird.
No, it's fucking weird. And then you know,
you're not supposed to do it.
No, we're supposed to be, you know, like gathering nuts and berries. No, that's not like I'm.
Yeah, well, no, they had that first guy, Narcissus or whatever, looked in the river and saw himself,
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, exactly.
And then he's like, hey, where are the ladies at or whatever? And you're like, whoa, dude, what are you talking
What are you talking about, dude? You're not even that good looking.
Yeah, kill a rabbit, dude.
Our tribe needs to eat,
Make
dude.
a salad, bro. Yeah, we got. Yeah,
we got people to feed. We have 17 people, and our elder is fucking suffering.
Like you're over here, like trying to start Clairol or whatever.
Yeah, exactly. Fucking working on your, you know.
Yeah, it's like just a bunch of Dior moisturizer. Talking about lip filler to everybody. Like, what are you even talking about?
Dude, it's 300 BC. Yeah. What does that even mean? Stop working on your Raya profile and fucking help us with the fire we need to put out in the forest, you narcissistic prick.
Yeah, dude, what are you talking about?
Yeah, I have no fucking clue. No clue.
What about other because you can only do so many biopics too.
Yeah, yeah.
That's kind of weird. So you burned a biopic.
I burned a biopic.
Is it biopic?
Man.
We don't know.
I don't know. I burned a biopic, and I got to go back in 3 months, and I got to check if it's still there. And no, you're right. I can only do so many, especially like music ones. I'll be honest.
What are some other ones you think? I have a couple.
Listen, man. Ideas?
No, you go first.
Okay, like that I could do or you could do.
I don't know. If I keep talking, people are like, "Why do you sit with him and just talk the whole time?" So
no,
we got to get you to say something, bro.
No, I mean, well, I'm trying to think of ones you could do. You could do. I
know I could do maybe.
You could do a Brad Pitt biopic. You know what I'm saying? Put a little bit right there. Come on, put a little sprinkle on it. Put a little sprinkle on it. No.
Maybe if like maybe a Brad Pitt like was stranded somewhere, like you know, maybe like a hitchhiker, something.
No, but you could.
You could do. Would you ever do Mabu? You think, Lil Mabu?
Oh my god, dude, that is fucking funny. That's an alternate time. I'm him in an alternate timeline.
Oh yeah,
yeah. Because you know, I used to.
Well, you know, there's two ways you could have gone. That's what we like to say a lot of times.
Yeah, that's me in an alternate timeline.
I love him, bro.
I don't know enough about him. I know he's from New York, though.
You're right. You know, it's a great point. I don't fucking know if I like him. Dude, he could be a dirtball, but I like some of his energy, dude. Yeah. Some of his shit is pretty.
It's
hype.
very Bob Dylan, man. Just be who you want to be.
That's a good point.
Fuck
that's how I do feel about him.
Yeah.
It's like, I feel like I feel like he's kind of unique. He kind of reminds me of like an Eminem, like when Eminem kind of like He reminds me of like how unique Eminem was just unique in his time period.
Just did. Maybe I'll do a little Mabu biopic. I don't know what it's about. I wonder what the tragedy of his life is.
That's a good point. It could be some crypto failure.
Yeah, he launched Mabu coin.
Oh, he's gonna be so pissed at us, dude.
Man,
bro, sorry, no, dude.
No, I don't know. I don't know him. I mean, he's clearly killing it.
Yeah.
If he wasn't killing it, we wouldn't be talking about him.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
Oh, I think he's definitely super entertaining. Yeah, and we're just joking around.
And he started that conservation fund.
Did he really?
For that thing? I'm sorry,
bro. You're good, bro. Dude, you should be a politician, dude. You're good.
I was acting.
But what or that or maybe Abraham Lincoln's son or whatever.
I could be Abraham Lincoln. Me or you?
You.
What about if
Abraham
you?
Lincoln's son. Who was Abraham Lincoln's son?
Dave Lincoln.
That's a ridiculous idea.
It was Dave Lincoln.
Was it?
Dave Lincoln.
Was it really? Or Ricky Lincoln? Who is his son? Tad Lincoln. Oh my God.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Go to his information. Let's see him. Wow. Dude, you could be Tad Lincoln. The fourth son of Abraham Lincoln.
What was his born with a cleft lip and palate? I'll work with Tim
Dude,
Monick.
we were talking about earlier.
I'll work with Tim Monick on it, and hopefully there's no strike.
And imagine his father gave some of the greatest speeches and here he is. And he has this kind of like a little bit of a like a disfigurement or some impairment.
Right.
And he's like, how do I overcome this?
Yeah.
To say something as important that my father said.
Did he ever? We could change it. We could just give him a speech.
They were considered notorious hellions, him and his brother Willie.
He was sick a lot. He got typhoid. A lot of people were getting sick back then.
Yeah, easily. You caught a Frisbee that was dirty and you were down for 2 months.
He went to see Aladdin and the Wonderful Lamp.
Oh, wow. On April 14th, 1865, Tad went to Grover's Theater to play Aladdin and the Wonderful Lamp while his parents attended the performance of Tom Taylor's play, Our American Cousin at Ford Theater. That night, his father was assassinated. Wow, so he was at...
that could be my big scene.
Yeah. His
father's dead.
And you finally run up to him as he's...
Yeah.
And you say something super important.
Who's playing Abraham Lincoln?
Huh?
Who's playing Lincoln?
I don't know. We got to get somebody good.
Pa's dead. I can hardly believe that I shall never see him. This is some heavy shit. After the assassination, Mary, Robert, and Tad lived together in Chicago. He died at 18, dude. I can't. Come on.
Oh.
Holy shit. Tuberculosis.
Well, this was a waste of pitch.
Attack.
This is a waste
pneumonia
of a pitch right here. Yeah.
And congestive heart failure.
You could do it, man. I think you could do it.
Yeah, they'll age me down a little bit.
Or Jim Carrey. I think I could see you playing a Jim Carrey one day, too. I was thinking about that.
He's brilliant, dude. I mean,
he's so brilliant.
Yeah, have you seen his he went to some fashion event in like 2018, 2019. You see this red carpet interview? It's the biggest not give a fuck interview of all time. Yeah, if we have enough time, we should add 20 minutes to this anyway if we can. This is the greatest.
He looks so dropped into being himself.
Yeah.
Yes.
What?
I've covered a lot of fashion weeks. This is the first time I've run into Jim Carrey. Wait.
Controlling
tell me,
the room.
Is it true you're wandering the streets? You need a date to the party? What's up?
No. I'm doing just fine. I just, there's no meaning to any of this. So I wanted to find the most meaningless thing that I could come to and join, and here I am.
They're
I
celebrating.
mean, you got to admit it's completely meaningless.
Well, they say they're celebrating icons inside.
Celebrating
Do you believe
icons.
in
Boy, that is just the absolute lowest aiming, possibility that we could come up with. It's like icons. Do you believe in icons? I don't believe in personalities. I don't believe that you exist, but there is a wonderful fragrance in the air.
You don't believe certain icons?
Even when she doesn't exist, he's still trying to flirt. That's the best part.
Inspire others. Artistry. You're one of them.
On the good foot. Ha!
He's like, you're invisible, but let's smash.
Yeah, no, I don't believe in icons.
That's good, man.
I don't believe in personality.
That's good. Yeah. That would be an interesting guy to play because that's really cool. That's a cool scene to play if you could do that.
Yeah. And I think he had a crazy life.
Yeah, what his life was like.
Yeah. I mean, he was the biggest. Bigger than
anything.
Bigger than anything, right? In the 2000s?
Oh, okay. Yeah. And he had a show called In Living Color before that was like Jamie Foxx was on it.
He was like the only white guy on it.
Yeah.
Right?
It was him, and they had a...
now he's become an artist.
Yeah, now he's an artist. But it's just interesting to get all the art out of your system, because some artists...
I think that's kind of what he feels like. I saw an interview with him today, Sonic the Hedgehog. They said, why'd you do this? He said, for the money. But what a life. Because when Bruce Almighty was coming out, I mean, really, he was like the biggest...
oh, yeah.
Wow.
What about, do you feel like you have to be like, because you're kind of like the it guy, like the it younger guy in Hollywood.
For sure.
Does that, but does that feel like, I don't know, and I know it's like, how do you, and a lot of that is a lot of times curtailed by like the industry, like you're,
of
like
course.
you have like, I thought you'd come with like in a tank or something, like you drove over here by yourself.
Yeah.
So definitely, kind of, I guess, maybe against what I was thinking, which doesn't mean anything. But do you worry about how do you still be yourself and find yourself at a time when you could be so maneuvered by so many bigger
Listen, man, not
pressures?
to bring it back to the movie, but that's where Bob Dylan's so influential.
No,
to me
this
too.
is perfect.
No, because Bob always followed his path. And what's interesting about the movie industry instead of like as opposed to the music industry, you write your own music, you know, and it's direct to the consumer in some sense. Like you do whatever the fuck you want, and if people are vibing with it, you'll know and whatever. In the movie industry, you do kind of have to. You got to be reliable. You know, a musician, you show up whenever you want. They could be a rock star to show up 4 hours late. If you're 3 hours late to a movie, they got to call insurance. You cost $1 million now. You'll never work again. So there's a part of the job that's obedient in a sense. But the best art and the best shit we see is stuff that, you know,
people showed up for.
People showed up, but also where they broke rules in a sense. You know, I was just talking to and so it's a fine line, and I look at it like this. This is my inner Tom Cruise, where I want movies to be seen, and I don't want to live an unobedient life, but I also want, at a time where maybe Hollywood or movie makers got a perception of like, sometimes being out of touch or something, or definitely like awards type movies. I want, especially a movie about Bob Dylan, I want, in all the movies I work on, that's why I did Dune, that's why I did Wonka, and I'm proud that those movies, I'm not supposed to pat myself on the back, but those movies were big, you know? Like in the movie industry or the movie business, brick and mortar theaters, they don't do the business they once did. Some of that's inevitable because of streaming, but I want to put my best foot forward. You gotta give back to the industry that gave to you. That's really my MO, and that's why I'm here. That otherwise, that's why you can't be the reclusive figure that Bob Dylan or Daniel Day-Lewis or these guys were, because the it's not about the bottom line, but the attention isn't guaranteed the way it used to be. You know what I mean? I hope this doesn't sound like too inside baseball.
No,
or whatever,
dude,
you know
I want inside baseball.
Yeah.
I just, you're like a real thinker, so it's not like you're going to give some answer that isn't traveling through your thoughts and you explaining stuff.
Yeah.
So that's perfect. There's no wrong way to answer it. It's a weird thing. It's like, and then
also I had a full ass real life before my career took off, like in the East Village in New York. So, not that my life isn't real now, but like obviously on these press tours and stuff, the days are micromanaged in some way. But man, here's the thing. That's another thing I say. Like as a musician or as a pop star, or whatever, your music can be about your erosion of humanity. Like it could be about, hey, I'm driving this car and this is the crazy lifestyle I live. But if you're an actor, if you lose your sense of humanity, if you lose your stink, for lack of a better word, people will see that on screen, and you do see it on screen.
Oh, you seem too fancy, you seem out of touch.
Well, people are gonna know. That's why the Safdie movie I just did, man, he put me through the ringer.
Really?
Oh yeah, and I felt like he was testing me early on.
What does that mean? So when somebody's like, so a director can kind of put you through some fucking shit?
Yeah, look, Josh knew me since I was 21. Like
Josh Safdie?
Safdie.
Okay.
I was 21.
Uncut Gems, that's that movie, right?
Yeah, Uncut
Gems. That's one of the best movies.
There you go, man. And Good Time. Good Time with Robert Pattinson, he directed too.
I haven't seen that. I'm saving Robert Pattinson for later.
Yeah, for sure. Like early on, we had stuff that could have been stunt guys on this movie, on Marty Supreme, and I saw him wanting me to do it. And part of me was like, this feels like a test, and I wanted to show him. And then now I feel like I've emerged from the other side with no broken bones or whatever, thank God. But and Josh, I know I'm supposed to be talking about the Bob Dylan movie, but Josh is
okay. It's all you acting.
Yeah. Josh is the real deal, man. Like. And seriously, like Josh Safdie, he's like the modern day Scorsese.
Dang,
like,
I want to meet that guy.
Oh, dude, you would love him.
That's him?
Yeah.
I would like to meet him. Dude, he could play Abraham Lincoln.
He could play Abraham Lincoln.
Can you play Tad Lincoln?
Yeah, I could play Tad Lincoln. Tell him right now. His brother's an actor, Benny. You ever see you saw the Nathan Fielder show with Emma Stone on Showtime? No?
Yeah.
Not. That's his brother.
I've seen Nathan Fielder show.
Yeah.
Wow, that's cool.
Yeah.
Wow, that must have been awesome, man. Because he's that guy, that Uncut Gems is so good. I look forward to seeing that.
Yeah, this is a crazy fucking movie.
So directors can do that. So sometimes it's like that. It's going to be a journey.
It's going to be a journey, yeah. And
what was the biggest journey through the Unknown. I just want to get the name of it
A
right.
complete unknown.
Okay.
Christmas Day.
Through what was it? Well, yeah, leave it like that. What was the biggest journey through a complete unknown on Christmas Day?
Yeah, it's kind of the
On
biggest
Christmas Day.
Yeah, it's
I put that
just
in the
Christmas.
title, dude.
It's only on Christmas you can see
It
it.
comes out on Christmas Day.
Yeah. Biggest journey was the music and the voice, and also I've never had my phone off the entire movie. I had 3
Leave your
months.
phone off the whole movie.
Yeah, I had 3 months to play this guy, and then the rest of my life I never get to play him again. So I was locked in. Also, you're never supposed to say you're competitive, but there's been a lot of music biopics.
Yeah.
And I wanted to do a great fucking job, man. I love Bob Dylan. I love this artist. None of this is for granted. This little misconception about actors too and acting. You can have a cushy job on a TV show. If you don't give a fuck about your work, it could be a great lifestyle, right? You're making like high 6 figures, maybe low 7 figures, and you're just showing up when you want. If you give a fuck about what you're doing, these are long ass days.
Wow.
You know what I mean? These are 14-hour days, 6 days a week sometimes. 3 months. Look, I know people got it way harder, but I want to feel that grit. I want to feel it. I hope people don't laugh at it. I feel like I'm the hardest working man. Anyway, maybe I shouldn't say that, but
No, you respect
yeah.
what you do.
Yeah, because you got to. What else is the point? I talk about this with friends a lot. Like, this is too weird a lifestyle to be
Nonchalant about.
Yeah, why do this?
Yeah.
If you're not going to go as hard as possible.
Yeah, imagine.
On Marty Supreme, I'm wearing contacts because he wanted my eyes to be little.
Mm-hmm.
So he gives me real glasses that fuck my eyes up, and I'm wearing contacts underneath to offset what the glasses are doing. And my vision was basically fucked up until a day ago. Every time I took these glasses off, my vision was skewed.
Wow.
You're
like the Forrest Gump of sight or whatever.
yeah. Right, sort of. Dude, wow. Forrest Gump is we had the Forrest Gump ping pong coaches. Same. Lovely couple in LA, Diego and Wei. Been married 40 years. Wei is a Chinese ping pong champion.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah, from the 80s.
She pretty cool?
She's like, we would train. Yeah, Wei Lee, there she is. There she is.
Marty Supreme.
That's my ping pong coach. We trained for 3 hours and then she'd say, let's play for real. And she's probably like 97 pounds.
Oh.
She's like 5'1", and she's just like, yeah. Unbelievable. You're not getting a point across. Yeah.
Oh,
literally,
yeah, that's beautiful.
A little bit of that.
Do you, did you have to, so your phone was off for that long, so you just locked in, and what would you do? Just do you sleep on set, or what do you do? What's that like?
I didn't sleep on set, and method acting, that gets like a bad rap. People think it's just like a person being a prick and obliging everyone around them to subscribe to a reality that's not real. The thing I came up with, I call it
dude, that's just everybody's stepdad as well, you know?
Exactly.
Yeah, that's method acting. I need a beer.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah.
Damn it.
Get me that goddamn Miller Lite. But
Dude,
I call it method energy because you could shit on me too if I'm coming off like a dick. But I just tried to no cell phones, nothing that reminds you of the present, and try to treat it like Bob Dylan as much as possible. Especially you're playing somebody that iconic. That was tough too. He didn't feel like an icon when he was himself. He was just living his fucking life. So if you talk to too many people, that you got to avoid earworms.
Oh, like if somebody putting something in your head that stays in there.
Yeah. That's why Edward Norton, I love him. He's great. Pete Seeger in the movie, but he's like, Edward Norton is a little bit his character in the movie Birdman, if you ever saw that. He's like a very confident, opinionated actor. So I would kind of have to, and then he caught me watching Rounders one day.
Ooh, yeah.
And then it was over. Then he knew he had me.
That's like, if you're watching another movie that some guy's in,
he called me
right
in the hair makeup check. Oh, you like Rounders? And I was like, all right, now we're going to talk.
Oh, hold me for a second, huh?
Yeah.
That's a lot.
Yeah. I'm still jumping on you at the end of this.
Okay,
get ready.
As long as it's on the front, brother.
Yeah, get ready. Get ready.
Calm down, man.
Get ready.
It's getting a little too Hollywood for me.
Dude. I'm getting you out your comfort zone.
I've been out of my comfort zone since I was born.
Yeah. All right, fair.
I never subscribed to it. I never got the keys, whatever. The code they give you in high school to your locker?
Yeah, you never got that.
I remember going up to my comfort zone and being like, I don't think this is it.
What's the most comfortable you've ever felt in your life?
Ooh, that's a great question. The most comfortable?
Like most in your body, no drugs, no alcohol.
Probably after like a sauna and ice bath type of
Oh, you
thing.
do ice baths?
Yeah, I'll get in there, dude. I'll freaking just... I'll lay in a polar bear's ass, brother. I like it like that.
Oh, yeah.
I like it just brisk like that, I love that.
Would you go to the Arctic?
Oh, yeah, I would go up there. Mr. Beast just went up there. He went to Antarctica.
Whoa.
I don't know but he said there was nothing up there. There's not even like, you can't be like, hey, let's go somewhere, and like, no, you can't.
I don't get how that stuff works, man. Where does he get the money?
He's just
huge, huh?
I guess he just has a lot of just expendable income to be that guy, you know.
That's the other thing, like, where I want to be humble about putting movies out there. People's attention is elsewhere now.
It's
you
quick.
gotta
It's
you gotta
fast.
convince someone to see a complete unknown on Christmas Day and take the $15 or $20, whatever the fuck it is now, and instead of watching, Mr. Beast in the Arctic.
Well, Mr. Beast has a show actually that comes out right before that, if like a week before, but he was just we were just talking about the other day, and it's interesting, yeah, and it's an interesting show, totally different though. But one thing that's great about your movie is that, first of all, you also just, in addition to whatever's going on with the movie, you get to hear like great music.
Yeah,
right?
it's like, great music, great music.
It's great music. You get to remember like Woody Guthrie.
Yeah.
Who played Woody Guthrie in it?
Scoot McNary, he's amazing.
Yeah,
he's amazing.
Pull up a picture of him. Scoot
McNary.
He get a look at him before something happens to him.
Yeah, and he doesn't have a line in the movie. He doesn't have a line because he's so sick.
That was pretty awesome. Yeah, we had Bernie Sanders on, and he was saying that he said Pete Seeger was one of his favorite musicians.
Scoot McNary could play Bernie Sanders in a biopic.
Oh, he could.
Right?
Yeah,
totally could.
Dude, you could play Ronald Reagan's son, Ricky Reagan, or whatever.
Is that a real guy?
Huh?
Is that a real guy?
Probably, dude.
Bernie hasn't aged.
Nah, Bernie still looks the same. He's the best, dude.
He's looked the same in the last. Yeah. He's like a real folk hero.
It's a great point.
Yeah, Bernie is.
He is a folk hero.
Yeah, he's folk music.
Yeah, and you also forget about like what. Yeah, I mean that's another thing about the movie. You see the challenge of Bob Dylan like take on like music and culture. There's this whole other cultural thing that's kind of happening in the background, like on the television and the news during the movie.
It was a crazy time. It was
a cool piece of life.
It was a cool piece of life. The 60s were a cool time.
When you get out of it all and it's done.
I was beat on this one.
Were you?
Yeah, I was.
What does that really look like, a break? Do you go to like a beach and just...
No, another misconception about movies, like as opposed to the academic year, it kind of winds down. You're never winding down on a movie. You're doing 14-hour days and you go off a cliff, then it's done. In other words, you don't relax towards the end. Like it's, we were doing a very important scene and then it was done forever, And I guess I relaxed a little bit. I went on vacation, but I was beat. I was working on this for 5 years. This was as important to me as you going to the parking lot and spying on the swim team of Lipscomb College.
Nothing to see here.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I'm just recruiting, guys.
Just recruiting production assistants. But
do you so it was? Do you think you would have done it more justice 5 years earlier?
No, absolutely not. Also, because I had the experience in my life where I would do interviews, and it's a scary time to come up with the internet and stuff. You want to get it right. And Bob Dylan, his early press conferences, he was confrontational. He was basically a dick. And I thought there was something really inspiring about that. Not that I ever wanted to be like that, but I just thought it was so different than how people are now.
Yeah.
Were you
right, you're just automatically cordial. You just assume like,
well, you got to be, man. I'm not
pretty
a prick.
cordial guy.
Yeah, but B, God forbid, you don't want to be anyway. So, but these early press conferences, if you're tremendously bored and not watching Mr. Beast stuff, watch the early Bob Dylan San Francisco press conferences. And I just thought, so anyway, 5 years working on it, I got a better sense on the other side of it. Oh, this is why he would have carried himself like that. He had some wherewithal I didn't have in his early 20s, where somebody said, "How do you do it?" He goes, basically didn't want to tell anyone. Me, maybe because whatever, the acting bone. Somebody says, "How do you do it?" And you're so desperate for that pat on your back, and you go, "This is how I did it." You know, yeah.
Yeah, I just wonder, and you get more experience that you can put into something, like you were saying earlier about acting, like you can keep doing it for a long time,
Exactly.
Can we hear any Bob? Is that a weird thing to ask you, dude? Is that lame?
Like live right now?
I'll try it.
Go for it.
All right. Hold on. Let me try one more time. Hey, who is there? Hold on. I got to give it.
Get into it, man. Get into it.
Hey, who's at the door? That's not it, dude. That's horrible.
That was pretty good. You got the nasality down.
Don't make up a word. You're verbifying things, and that's what Bob Dylan did.
Yeah, exactly. He just made shit up. That was good, man.
He verbified things, didn't he?
I don't think. I'm trying to think who your music biopic would be still.
It might have to be.
What about Chet Baker?
I would do Chet Baker.
Chet Baker or
Chet Hanks even.
Dude, you should do that Chet Hanks biopic, dude. That would be unbelievable. That's a glitch in the system.
Yeah, it's all everything is.
Yeah, everything's a glitch, dude.
John Bon Jovi, it could be anybody. Chet has a new country album that's going to come out this year too, I think. Or next
dude, you
year.
got to play Chet. Also, it'd be a great excuse to get shredded.
Now that would be. I would just do it for that.
Just do it for that. They'll set you up with the best trainers. You get the HGH.
I could do it, man. I'm trying to think if there's anything else that we want to ask or anything else that you wanted to say, Timothy.
Man, no, just thanks for having me on. I'm trying to think.
I think we kind of covered a lot of neat stuff.
I think we covered it all, man.
Yeah. I got to water my plants, dude. I just got home.
Well, you have a place in LA?
Yeah, I still have an apartment here.
Oh, you do? Is it here?
Over in Westwood.
In Westwood. All right, nice. I love Westwood.
And so, yeah, I get
you
my
go to
plants.
Diddy Reese?
And I forget. Yeah, I go over there sometimes. Yeah. I go walk over there, and sometimes I would go for that, and I would just end up getting a bunch of vapes and just sitting over my car. But I would get. Sometimes I forget to wash my plant. I forget to water my plants, you know. And then I get home, and it's been like a month or something.
Your place is ready to be wifeified, man.
I know. And I'll always water them. I'll be like, your mother left us. I'll yell shit like that. I'll be like, your mother left.
To who?
To the plants. I'll like blame it on their like imaginary mother or whatever. I'll be like, we would have been fine.
But
she left. And I'm just pouring water on them.
Their punishment is the water?
No, the water is there. I'm giving them the water, but they'd have been watered every day if their mother.
Oh, if their mother had left.
us.
So you're bringing out the resentment on the plants.
She left us. Anyway,
who's the mother? Poison Ivy?
It's just a fictional woman.
It's a fictional woman.
Yeah.
I feel like the next time we talk, if you have me back on, I feel like you're going to be a year and a half into a beautiful marriage and a recent father, and you will have you'll have a Subaru.
Ooh. But I'll take, you know what, if the family comes with that and that's what it takes, I'll do it.
All right.
You know, I'll do that. And I appreciate it. Timothée Chalamet, thanks for all the neat acting, man. Thanks for that. Thanks for the movie about the young man struggling with drugs. Thanks for the movie about Bob Dylan. And just thanks for sharing like what it takes, the commitment that it does take. Because I do feel that from you. I do feel that the commitment that it really takes if you really want to take this opportunity and make the most of it in your life, you know?
Exactly. Like you're doing. I see you doing, you know, so you just got to go hard.
Amen, brother. Christmas Day, the movie comes out. You can go watch it in the theaters with your family over the holidays.
Perfect family
movie. Will it be in theaters? Yeah,
it'll be in theaters on Christmas Day. A complete unknown. Super proud of this, man.
You should be, man. Congratulations, brother.
Thanks for letting me talk about it, bro. Yep.
That was fun, man.
Man, thank you, man. Holy shit, that wasn't as grounded as
sorry.
Yeah.
That's front side.
I'm just floating on the breeze, and I feel I'm falling like these leaves. I must be cornerstone. Oh, but when I reach that ground, I'll share this peace of mind I found. I can feel it